Happy Tuesday, you guys. Dr. B here with your latest and way overdue episode of Coffee Talk. And today's coffee comes in the form of a meal replacement. So we've got a couple of scoops of protein powder in here, some PB2, and then also coffee, of course. And so I wanted to get back in the rhythm of sending updates, and there's a reason they've been very sporadic over the last few weeks. Number one, I learned a lesson a long time ago from a wellness coach. I said, I have to do this and I have to do this and I need to do this. And she corrected me and she said, you get to do those things. And I know I've stated that before. And so over the last couple of weeks, a lot has been going on. So on May the 15th, Des and I went up to the Grand Canyon. We did a preview hike. I hiked through in a day. And then on May the 23rd, we had a few friends come into town that hiked with us. We guided a trip and hiked with them throughout the canyon. And I want to say on that day we had 23 hikers. And so that was a good trip. And then we came back. We put basically a 5-day work week into 3 days. And then we had a second trip of people that came into town and that we helped guide on the hiking trip for the canyon. And again, most of them are all local. We'd been training for 6 months. We had a few out of towners on each weekend. However, the thing that I wanted to share with you is that it takes a lot of time to give, love, and serve. And we are so blessed that people want to be part of our community, that people want to do life with us. And more importantly, we want to make sure that those people are prepared. And what I always say is, look, we're going to make a memory, so let's make it a good one. So that is where we have been. We are super blessed to be crazy busy when it comes to helping people regain their health through the wellness progression. But today is going to be not so much about a specific topic, but kind of an update on where we've been and where we're going and some cool events coming down the pipeline. So if you've been to our website, thewellnessprogression.com, you might notice a couple of links are broken. We are in the process of changing over a lot of things for the better, meaning adding more recipes, adding more testimonials, changing the format and a refresh. We haven't really touched our site in about 3 years, and so it was time. So if you go there and you notice something isn't working, like if you were to shop for supplements and products there, you can see the product, you can place your order, but you can't get the information or the back information on that particular product just yet because we're working on that stuff. Hopefully we have most of that solved by this week. So that is number one. Number two, this is the time of year that we start planning next year's Grand Canyon adventure. And what I always tell people is, look, we're not a professional touring company, but what we are is we are a family and a group of friends who get together, who do hard things, and who seek things that cause us to grow. And that maybe have to do with our health. It maybe have to do with our physical fitness, which is part of health. It may have to do with our spiritual growth, being around other people that are spiritually more mature than each of us, and that includes this guy for sure. But it's taking all of that information and it's putting it in a path. And what I've always said is wellness is a lifestyle with no finish line. And so you need to have a next thing. So what does that next thing look like? If you've ever been curious about hiking the Grand Canyon, or if you hiked with us this year, reach out. Let me send you some information, because we typically fill up our roster for next year. And we do that within a couple of weeks after this most recent trip. And then we start the training in right after Christmas. And then we train for 6 months. And then we get prepared. So if you've ever wanted to do that, and you want to know about pricing, and you want to know about dates, and you want to know about training and all that that's entailed, reach out, reply to this. I'll shoot you a message offline, and then we can connect. Okay? The other thing is, we've got a blood drive coming up with United Blood Services. This is on Saturday. And so that is Saturday. We partnered with F45, which is a local gym here in Anthem. And we've got, I think, as of me recording this, about 8 open spots remaining. And I think that blood drive is going to go from 8 in the morning until 11:30 or noon. So sign up for that. Look back through my feed. I've posted about it. Desiree's posted about it. And here's the thing. You never want to do strenuous exercise after donating blood. However, if you want to exercise first that morning and then you want to donate blood, we'd love to have you. But go ahead and reserve a time and get that scheduled because that's going to minimize your wait time. It allows us to send you a wellness day questionnaire that will really compress the amount of questions the good old folks at Vitalent ask us when you donate. So let's help save a life. All right. That is the third thing because we talked about the website, we talked about Grand Canyon, and then we talked about the blood drive. And then the fourth thing is Des and I, probably our favorite place that we have experienced so far on this planet and in the last 12 years of our marriage is Kauai. And so that is the smallest island in Hawaii. We love it there because there's lots of hiking, there's lots of kayaking, there's lots of outdoor things to do. So we put together finally, after being there 5 times, we put together a week in Hawaii, and you can find that on our website. And that is going to be, I think it's October 28th through November the 4th. And part of that week, lodging's taken care of, breakfast and dinner meals are taken care of. It's a small group. We have 12 spots for that group. And I know as of me recording this, 5 or 6 of them are filled. So it is a very small group, but it's going to be an exclusive experience where we're going to spend a week together. There are 3 hikes that are in that are going to be guided by us, and they're day hikes. So they're 4 miles, they're 6 miles, they're 8 miles. So nothing crazy like a Grand Canyon rim to rim. You don't have to be in superb shape to do them. You just need to have a basic level of fitness. But one of the things that we're passionate about is trying to connect people with experiences and trying to keep them engaged in this wellness lifestyle. And we do that through fellowship, we do it through prayer, we do it through connection, but most importantly, we've got to have a next thing to do it, because if not, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and it's very easy to fall back into our old health habits. So just wanted to share that with you today. I will get back in the habit of more coffee talks during the week now that things have slowed down a little bit. Last weekend was our first weekend in a month that we had to do quote unquote normal things. So I grabbed a double volunteer shift at church. We did basic yard work. We trimmed bushes. We raked up mesquite pods. We vacuumed our turf. We restaked vines. We fixed irrigation leaks. All those things that, normally happen, we've been putting off for a few weeks, so we had a chance to do that. So we're always here to support you. We're always here to connect with you. And, what I always say is do something today that your future self will thank you for. So hopefully you got value out of this. If any of that information hits and you want to know more, please ask and I will get it to you. And if you're just around for the motivation, we've got some new recipes coming out. And then we also have a couple of new concepts and things that we're putting together that I think you're really going to enjoy. So stay tuned over the next couple of weeks. Get ready for summer. And remember, make good choices. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. See you soon.